you also were a part of Steve Austin's first big run too, right?
Yes, yep. I had helped Chris Adams. I'd been with Chris and Jeannie in Mexico, and then when I got to Dallas, they were there. And then little man comes in, buys into Dallas, and Chris wants to run towns, promote towns, because I told him, how good a deal this is. And Jerry Jarrett even came in with a better deal than Fritz for people that wanted to run spot shows. And I got Chris hooked up with Jerry on that. And then Chris came up with the idea of starting a training school in the Sportatorium, and hooked him up with Jerry for that. And that's where Steve Austin, Steve used to sit in this little hill section and give us baby faces crap, man. There's probably 10, 12 of them. And you just kind of avoided that section because you knew they're going to mess up your storyline. And anyway, he signed up for the school and this and that. And I never paid much attention to school. Chris always tried to get me to watch, and I just had other things to do. And one day after he'd been there for school going on for a few months, Chris said, "You've got to look at this Austin kid." I said, "Okay." So after during the school, after Saturday morning TV, they called it the cage up at the top of the arena, where the people, wrestlers' wives and kids and stuff sat, where it was a cage. Fans couldn't get to them and so forth. So I went up the cage and watched, and I thought, dang, okay. And now Steve has started. Well, I don't know. I can't say that. Steve had a friend. Chris had an ex-wife, and I could just see the angle with Steve and this girl, Chris's ex-wife, and Chris and his current wife. I could just see it. So, Chris, how long before you cut this guy loose from the school? Oh, well, it's going to be a while. And da-da-da-da-da. Next week, Chris, how much longer? Next week, Chris, how much longer? And finally, I said, Chris, I hate to say this, brother, because we're buddies, but real simple. Either you cut him loose and where I can start using him, or I'm going to go to him and offer him a job anyway. So Chris, Steve was paying Chris every week. And that's how Steve got started. And the two girls was just a natural. Oh my gosh. And the people Steve could work decent. He wasn't a good worker. He'll tell you he wasn't a good worker when he first started. But the girls camouflaged everything and made up all the difference. And what a run we had with those. Oh my gosh. It was super.
Yeah, it's crazy. That was I remember the first time that I actually saw wrestling live in Ardmore, and it was at the Hardy Murphy Coliseum, and it was a part of that angle. It was Steve versus Chris, and I still remember it to this day. It was such an amazing match.